So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon, and you want a great picturesque view of the Cascade Mountains on the west side of town? Well, look no further than Overturf Butte today. We're on the deep west side of town, just off of Mount Washington Drive. We're going to be doing a vlog style tour of this neighborhood that is the Skyliner subdivision. So if this video sounds like it's for you, stick around. We're going to be getting after it right now.
If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad of Bend, Oregon and the surrounding area, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about what's going on here in Bend. My name is Zach Nutter. This is Ryan Rudloff. We are both licensed brokers with eXp Realty in the state of Oregon, and we've lived here for over 30 years and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you and help you make the smooth move here to Bend. So that being said, we're going to show you this awesome subdivision, drive around, get you a bunch of good footage of the neighborhood. We're going to talk about price points and everything else. So let's jump into it right now.
So we are on Overturf Butte, and it's just to the south of Aubrey Butte, so much more acclaimed as Aubrey Butte, but Overturf Butte is a smaller hill, cinder cone as well, and it's just to the south, like I said, of Aubrey Butte, but there are dozens of homes up here that also have the exact same views of the mountains that Aubrey Butte will have as well, but it's also probably a little closer in proximity to a lot of the amenities that the west side of Bend has to offer.
Ryan said we were going to film Overturf Butte today. I'm like, where the heck's that? So definitely a little sneakier of a butte. Maybe they should have called it Sneaky Butte, but it's kind of hidden here, but there are some amazing homes. But let's talk about location for a minute. So we are located just minutes from Phil's Trail. You've got Northwest Crossing that's just down the road from here, that has a bunch of restaurants and shops. You've got Summit High School, you've got Pacific Crest. What's the elementary school there?
There's Miller
Elementary.
There's also High Lakes.
That's right. So got a bunch of schools around in the area, but all the homes here, they're very craftsman style for the most part. Lots of rock, lots of wood. A lot of them have the 100-year shingle roofs, those big thick shingles, but it's very luxurious looking everywhere here. So really neat neighborhood, close proximity. You're a quick shot to Mount Bachelor. You're really close to downtown. What, 2-3 minutes by car?
Yeah, 2 or 3, 5 minutes.
We're actually on the peak of it right now. What's this road called, Ryan?
This is Talapas Court.
Talapas Court. So we're at the peak of Overturf Butte. We're going to be heading down as we go. But you're really close to everything. You can get to the east side pretty quickly as well by going right through downtown, getting onto Franklin there, and you're on the east side. So everything is really close. So this is the third biggest butte in Bend, right?
Yeah.
So you've got Pilot Butte, which is
That's the state
tallest,
park.
correct?
That's the most famous.
State park. I actually was there this morning, traversed up that hill and watched the sunrise. And then you've got Aubrey Butte, where you find the majority of the homes on a butte. And then you've got this Sneaky Butte
We've got
here.
Sneaky Butte, otherwise known as Overturf. As far as the price points go, most homes are going to be in the range of 1 to 2 million, with the exception of a couple, right? So there's a home that sold about a year ago for about $850, and then it kind of goes up from there. I think the most expensive home in this neighborhood was roughly $2.1 million. The lot sizes are about 0.1, 0.12, all the way up to say 0.5, or maybe even a little bigger than a half an acre. And then the home sizes are typically from 2,000 all the way up to 4,000 square feet. We did a video recently on the views of Redmond, or what the butte in Redmond has to offer as far as the panoramic views. of Central Oregon and the mountains. And of course, we're still right here in Central Oregon, so you're gonna get the exact same views that Redmond has to offer, but here in Bend, the location is what's gonna drive that price point up to, say, $1 million all the way up to $2 million. Whereas in Redmond, the exact same kind of layout of a neighborhood is gonna see those homes be under $1 million. So that gives you the difference in price point between, say, Redmond with great mountain views and Bend with great mountain views. And it's all about, you know, living in Bend. That's where a lot of people want to be because of its proximity to so many of the outdoor amenities. Not to say that Redmond doesn't have the exact same access. It does. We'll link a card to that video up here in the corner for you guys to go to watch that if you also want to see what it looks like in Redmond.
Couple observations just as we're cruising down the butte here. I noticed there's not many fences. I've seen one fence so far. It was one of those cast iron kind of see-through fences, about 4 feet tall, maybe 3 or 4 feet tall. So I don't know if big cedar fences are allowed in here. We'd have to see. I know that's important for some people if they have animals and different stuff like that. So something to know about this neighborhood. Another thing is this place is full of large pine trees. Don't see much juniper over here. As we get more east of town, that's where you see a lot of the juniper trees here. But you've got some big, beautiful ponderosa pines in this neighborhood. It feels very foresty in here. The houses do seem like they have good separation in between them. But again, I don't see a lot of fences, so the privacy, if that's a major thing for you, the homes are separated pretty well, but there is kind of some views into your yard and stuff as we're cruising around here.
We're really close to Broken Top Golf Club. We're close to Tethero Golf Club. We're close to Widgie Creek Golf Club, as well as Aubrey Glen Golf Club. We're right here in the heart of the west side. And so again, that's why this is such a desirable area in town, being on the west side, because you're so close to just about everything. If you love to golf, you're close to several golf courses. We already touched on the fact that we're close to Phil's Trailhead. We're close to the schools in the area. We're about a 5-minute drive, like Zach said, to the downtown area, probably another 5 minutes to the old mill area. River access is plentiful in this particular stretch of town, as well as the road to Mount Bachelor. So if you were a skier and or a golfer, you're going to be right in the thick of it all. There are plenty of commercial style businesses that are in the area, restaurants, shopping, etc. The Galveston Avenue corridor is basically behind us on the other side of the butte that we're walking on right now. And so that's going to be really close, as well as, like, say, Drake Park and all those things. So a really, really neat area here to be able to call home, right in the center of what Bend has to offer here on the west side of town.
So see, Ryan and I both got our puffy jackets on, but it's pretty comfortable. This is the time of year where you really don't know what to expect. It's going to be fairly chilly, but just the other day we had a 50-degree day. Today we've got our jackets on, but 5 minutes from now the sun could poke out and we're going to be in sweatshirts at that point. Like, the weather at this time of year, especially this year, has been really mild so far. But the blue skies, I woke up to blue skies this morning, and it just makes it nice to be outside. You'll see a ton of people out with their dogs and everything else. Like, this time of year, people worry about coming here from Southern California or from Texas, but the sunshine really makes this place a lot easier to take in the wintertime, because it just doesn't feel dreary and cold. You know, that sunshine comes out and everything feels just a little bit warmer.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the Pacific Northwest, right? And there's a stigma associated with the Pacific Northwest, Seattle and Portland, where it's always cloudy, it's always rainy. And Zach's talked about it in previous videos where, say, a 45-degree day in Seattle or in Portland will feel just bone chilling, right? You just can't really be outside. You can't walk on grass or any hard ground because it's not hard, it's soft. It's just not the way it is here in Bend, where it's a high desert climate. Other side of those mountains, we're on the east side of those Cascade Mountains, and so the climate is so different. We're in a high desert area, so the air is a little bit thinner, and it's just gonna feel a little warmer and more tolerable when we're outside, even in the really dark months of the year, which are January and February. And so this is tolerable right now. It's no big deal. There's plenty of people outside, probably closer to like where the river is right now. They're out doing recreational type activities, even in the dead of winter, which is pretty cool.
Something to know about, I mean, our winters we get snow, right? And so if you live on a butte, you are going to have some driving adversity when you are on a butte. So living up here, especially if you live up on the top of the hill where we started, probably going to want to have something that's four-wheel, at minimum all-wheel drive. You're going to want to get some traction tires, different stuff like that. If you're coming from somewhere without snow, it's just something to know that they do a really good job of keeping the roads maintained, because we expect it here, right? We expect the snow. But at the same time, just something to know, when coming here, you want, if you're gonna buy a house up on the hill, you're definitely gonna want a vehicle that will get you there daily, and that you're not gonna have some of the issues of driving halfway up the hill and then all of a sudden your car's going backwards. So just be prepared for that if you move up on Sneaky Butte here or any of the buttes, that you are gonna wanna have a vehicle that will get you home every day.
Right, and there's going to be moments of snow. We're going to get a snowstorm at some point here this winter. We just haven't quite gotten it yet. But when it does come, the snow can accumulate a little bit. It will stick around for a few days. Sometimes it's even longer than a couple days. But in the midst of that moment, when the snow is down on the ground and you don't have traction tires, or you have a rear wheel drive car or something along those lines, it can feel like an eternity before things get better when you're driving, especially on a butte that's sloped up or down. And the driving can be a little tricky, that's for sure.
But all in all, we don't say that to scare you, just to inform. You know, we want, in our videos, we want to give you the good and the bad of everything of this area, right? We've lived here for a very long time. We just want to share with you what it's really like to live here. So
yep.
Yeah,
all you really got to do is just be prepared. You learn the lesson real quick if you haven't learned the lesson already, and it's really not that big of a deal. But ultimately, it's one of those things you want to be prepared. You hear some of the crackling on the road when cars are driving by us. It's because they have studded tires. But in the grand scheme of things, we've talked about it on probably a dozen videos over the last month or two. We've been waiting for a snowstorm. We haven't gotten it yet. And who knows, maybe we won't even get something crazy this year, but we usually do. And it's generally pretty short-lived.
So that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else about Overturf Butte here?
Not really. There is a little hiking trail circuit on the other side from where we started this video, so you can take your dog and zip around up there. It goes down into the other side towards like the Galveston Avenue corridor, so everything is in really close proximity. Don't need a car necessarily to get around from point A to point B, so it just we just want to drive home this neighborhood in this subdivision and just how close it is to just about everything.
Isn't there a park in the neighborhood too?
Yeah, so
we didn't talk about that.
There's a couple little open grassy areas around houses, but also on the other side there's that little trail circuit there. It's kind of like native tall pines and sagebrush and things like that, and that will go down on the west or the east side of the slope of this particular butte and funnel you into like the Galveston Avenue area.
So that's about it, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm not going to enjoy the walk back. We're all the way down the hill now.
You got to go up. Zach just started 75 strong, and he's doing great on day 3.
We'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. We enjoy making these videos for you guys. We hope that you enjoy watching them. If there's any other neighborhoods, communities, subdivisions, towns, whatever you would like to see more of, let us know. We are here for you. We want to show you everything there is to show you. So comment, text us, call us, email us, set up a Zoom.
Starts with you guys reaching out to us.
We'd absolutely love to help you guys make a move here to Central Oregon. So that being said, we will see you on the next video.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.